Hi everybody, Glenn Hausman here for Here to Stay TV, powered by Bridge Street. I'm with James Foice of ASAP, the Association of Service Department Providers at the CHPA's annual conference. That's the Corporate Housing Providers Association here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Man, that's a whole lot of letters that you got to remember at once. But James, great to see you. First time I had you on the show was 2 years ago when we were at the Business Travel Show in London. So much of this industry has changed. So many changes are taking place right now. Must be amazing for you to keep up to it. What's the biggest issue that you're seeing right now that we all need to be thinking about in order to keep this business driving forward?
Well, you know, we've just announced in the last couple of days here at CHPA and of course at our conference back in December that this is a global industry, and we are coming together with other trade associations forming this global alliance, which is about differentiating the risks to the consumer and at least doing everything we can as an industry to make the product that we represent as safe as it possibly can be. So it's really exciting what we're trying to achieve.
So when you say make it as safe as you can be, what does that mean in real terms? Because I see a lot of people booking online and they're not really thinking about that safety and security element. I think they just take it for granted, maybe to their own fault.
Well, we've introduced a compliance element to the quality accreditation program that we're rolling out. And this is looking, as I say, at the health and safety elements of the business. From fire risk assessments right through to health and safety measures, through to water safety. So this is really thinking about the guest journey and what they may not realize that they need to know about. And if we can get to a stage where the buyer of corporate housing, of service department accommodation, at least has a level of assurance that the product is, as I said, as safe as it possibly can be, we're doing all we can from a responsibility perspective to get the sector recognized and differentiated.
So obviously this is important not just for corporations that are booking business in these things. They really need to have that duty of care to make sure their employees are protected. But as more folks discover the alternative accommodation sector, which is doing so great right now, I tend to think that they too want to be welcomed into this kind of world. So how are they thinking about safety and security, if at all?
Well, I'm not sure everybody is. I think it's a given. With this world of branded accommodation everywhere, everybody trusts a brand. And of course, our industry is not as brand specific and is not as brand as strong at the moment. So we're having to do something to raise our game. And if we can get that common denominator through, which is the alliance we talked about, everybody who participates on the alliance will need to go through the compliance element of the accreditation program, then we're getting there. And it's a first stage.
Yeah. So really interesting topics coming out of here, but the one thing that I think is the most difficult to deal with here in Puerto Rico is that we're in a conference room and not out by the pool. That's got to be painful for you too.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. We're here to do some work.
I know. Unfortunately, duty calls, or in this case, duty of care calls. So for James Foice and myself, Glenn Hausman, thanks for watching Here to Stay TV.